Let's get nuts. Well, hello, children. How's it going? Welcome to Film Junkie Live. It's still hot. It's still August. But here we are. It is August 21st. Oh, we're getting there. Let's get to those fall. I'm just tired of the heat, that's all. Welcome to Film Junkie Live. How we doing here? Hopefully you guys are doing great. Hit that like, thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And then, of course, you know, see, I'm already sweating. Makeup, wardrobe, jeez. But hopefully you guys are doing good. Make sure you guys, if you want to subscribe, do all that. And then, of course, it is Wednesday, so we do a members-only stream on Wednesday. So if you want to be part of that, become a member. We got plenty to talk about when it comes to DC news. We got some Robert Downey Jr. things to talk about. And then, of course, we have The Crow coming out this week. The Crow is coming out this week, so we'll talk a little bit about that. And then, of course, we got Megalopolis. We had a new trailer come out, and then it was pulled. What the hell's going on with that movie? All right, how we doing out there? We got Ryan. It's happening. Greetings. Great to see ya. And we got Eric. Disney. Right. We got Patterson. What's happening? Work. Am I freezing up a little bit here? What are we doing? Okay, I thought I was freezing up. Sorry. Too much madness happening right now. What's going on, Andrew? Good to see you. Ahoy, ahoy. Yeah, I'm chilling. How was my weekend? My weekend was actually pretty relaxed and everything. Pretty good. Already looking forward to, this weekend. For sure. When it comes to work, we got Jason right here. Good to see you. Ahoy, ahoy, ahoy. And we got Darkness Under the Wind. How's it going? And thank you again, Lisa, for gifting those memberships. Much appreciated. And like I said, anybody who got gifted one right after this, we can have a more intimate. We can get a little bit more intimate when it comes to the members-only stream. What's going on, Shano? What is happening? We got Fear Jason right here. We got Geki TV. What's going on? We got Music Man. Good to see ya. Ahoy, yeah, cheers. What is going on? Lane. Of course, Lane's the one that, put up the, he's the one that does the opening music right there. That is him rocking that guitar. We got Mama Film Junkie here. Hi, Mom. Love you. Good to see ya. Ugh. Whoa. This thing got ahead of me right now. I feel like James Woods in Videodrome. I have my laptop watching Dave TV on, watching the convention, and my phone watching Uber Eats. Yeah, you got a lot going on. And by the way, Videodrome, an excellent film. Excellent film. All right, what else we got? Let's see. Stream. What happened? Is everything good? Glitch in the Matrix? Yeah, I know. Are we Road Black, what's happening? Appreciate it. Just got off work. We got Jonathan right here. I like your profile picture. Ellis! Freaking Ellis! And then, of course, we got Stephanie going. How's it going? So we're good. All right, we should be good now, though, right? I'm not looking at the feedback right now. I'm just looking at my screen right here. Is it lagging? Yeah, no! Let's not do that. Uh-oh. Is it lagging? And we go, Mr. Trevino, good to see you. It is lagging. That's great. Of course it is. That's the week I've been having, guys. That's the week I have been having. So if this thing goes kaput, then whatever. Yeah. I don't know why it's glitching. It's just glitching. Everything's Man, I have a coworker that I work with. He just like moved. He's like in the East Coast, and he moved to the mountains. He moved back to the mountains. The dude said he woke up this morning and it was 44 degrees at his house, and he had like his fireplace going. I'm like, geez, I kind of want that right now. Is it not working? Did it end? What are we doing here? I don't know. You guys let me know what's going on here. Is it effed? Let's see. Is it messed up? Okay, Twitter stream's working. Twitter stream is working. Are we good? Okay, this might be a YouTube thing again. Jesus Christ. What the frick is going on with YouTube? Seems like YouTube's been really acting up. Okay. Okay, because I just looked at the Twitter feed, and it's running smooth, okay? So, all right. Seems okay to you. I think we're okay. We're good. All right, we're back. And we're back. All right. Hopefully not too many more glitches like that. The glitches, bitches. Yeah, refresh YouTube if you have that going on. I don't know what's going on. What's going on, Nikolai, Vega, W Games? Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. Well, let's just dive right into it then, alrighty? Let's just dive right into the tweets. And let's get this thing going before, let's get this thing going before, did you say something mean, Dave? I might have. Maybe I said something mean that YouTube didn't like. I don't know. I was just talking about a coworker of mine who moved to the mountains on the East Coast, and he said he woke up today and it was 44 degrees at his house. And I was like, wow, that sounds kind of awesome. And that was the only thing I was talking about right now. So, I don't know. Who knows? But anyways, okay. Hopefully YouTube could hold out, because it seems like it might be a YouTube thing that's happening sometime. I don't know. Who knows? Anyways, let's get to the tweets. And we're going to first talk about this because, okay. What? I don't. When I saw this, and this was like right after Monday's show, and I was just kind of going like, really? And I think a lot of us kind of went really, because, I mean, I remember there was like an original deal, and it seemed like when you saw this guy's name, you went, oh my God, well that's good, and yeah, get him. But, the prior regime forked over a lot of money to get him and his production company over to Warner Brothers, and ever since then, they produced jack shit. J.J. Abrams and his production company Bad Robot are finalizing a new multi-year film and TV deal with Warner Brothers. Abrams will be taking a massive pay cut from the 2019 contract. You think it would be a massive? Yes, $500 million, right? Wasn't it something like that? Or was it a quarter or a half? I don't know. It was too much money. And what have they produced? Barely anything. Jeez. Oi. I mean, when you see something like this, you're like, okay, yeah, what are we doing here? I mean, yeah, massive pay cut, yeah, because Warner Brothers can't afford to fork over millions and millions and hundreds of millions anymore. But hey, maybe if JJ could actually start, Bad Robot could start really more, producing more things, that'd be kind of nice, Jesus Christ. Just so ridiculous. But it's just kind of funny when you see that and you're like, yeah, what has he done? I don't know. All right, name this badass trio right here. Look at this badass trio right here. That's right. Look at these three right here. Just pose and look at badass during the Watchmen press tour. That's right. We got Zack, we got Debbie, and we got DJ. That's right. Head VFX DJ right here. Look at that hair. Dude was a stud. But yeah, this is for the Watchmen press tour right here, and they're looking pretty snazzy right there. Three Musketeers. It's funny because I think I mentioned it, but when I went and saw Rebel Moon, the director's cut, director's cuts, I actually talked to DJ. I actually walked up there and shot the shit with him for a little bit, and it's just kind of funny. You see this picture, it's like, it's just hilarious. The dude's a freaking character. The dude's an absolute character when it comes to when it just comes to his humor and the way that he talks and stuff like that. So if you look back for a couple of years ago, I interviewed DJ as well as Brian, who's also a head VFX supervisor, and some of the other guys too that are part of Snyder's crew. Look for that on the channel. That was a fun conversation. Would love to talk to him again. Guy's definitely a freaking character. He is a character. And you know he's a character because she keeps on just transforming herself into these characters. LisWonder is a definite character right here. And she did some Creature Commandos cosplay for the bride. What? Jeez, look at that. Just spot on. Spot on. She constantly does this kind of stuff, and you just go, how do you do it? How does she do it? How does LisWonder do it? It's absolutely crazy. It is absolutely crazy. Sorcery. It's sorcery right there, man. Gotta love that. And then, of course, more concept art from Deadpool and Wolverine keeps on getting released, and we got Punkpool, that's right. I don't know did he actually make it into the movie? Was he actually part of the core? Maybe he was. It just kind of seems like, because we saw the Punk Spider-Man dude in Across the Spider-Verse. Across the Spider-Verse? Yeah, Across the Spider-Verse. It's kind of like a variation of that, but yeah, there's Punkpool right there. So much Deadpool concept art. So much. And then remember, guys, I think it was last week we talked about Disney and the whole thing about a guy's wife she got sick and died, and they were trying to waive the lawsuit and everything because there's some kind of hidden clause if you subscribe to Disney Plus, if you actually go onto a Disney premises like the park or something like that and you eat something and die, hey, there's no lawsuit here, you signed up for Disney Plus. It was something kind of weird like that. Well, here's a follow-up right here. Disney will waive arbitration in its wrongful death suit. They initially sought to dismiss the case by citing the widower's Disney Plus subscription. It will now proceed in court. At Disney, we strive to put humanity above all considerations. Bullshit! You don't care. You were just gonna brush it right under the bed or the rug, whatever which one. But you got caught. It hit social media, it blew up, so therefore you had to be human and be, and have some sympathy and stuff like that. Fuck you, Disney. Fuck you. Whatever. The evil corporation, right? The evil corporation. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Who remembers Justice League Mortal? Justice League Mortal? Anybody? Anyone? George Miller's Justice League Mortal that was supposed to come out in 2008, where it was very heavily in pre-production, and then of course there was the writer's strike, there was everything just went to shit when it came to 2008. But yes, there was going to, for anybody who doesn't know, there was going to be a Justice League movie directed by George Miller. They had the entire cast, they had costumes, and we've been anxiously going, hey, where's all the, we've seen concept art, where's all the actual costume tests and photos and all this kind of stuff? Well, we have something right here from Anthony McMillan, who apparently posted this on Instagram, that has actor Hugh Keys Byrne? Yeah, sorry, I fucked up his name. Hugh Keys Byrne, who is going to be playing Martian Manhunter in Justice League Mortal. Look at that. Did he put on the mask? But yeah, there's some images right there. Let's see. I think there's actually more. We got some close-ups right here. So yeah, that's what Martian Manhunter was going to look like. Full-on makeup, bodysuit, and everything. I think he's looking at fire right there. Fire. And there he is, getting all done up. They did all that. See, the way I look at it, I think I like the what's going on with the head stuff, with the head. But yeah, the torso and everything looks a bit awkward. A bit awkward. I think Martian Manhunter has been eating those cookies a little bit too much, huh? A little too much cookies going on there? What do they call those cookies? I'm totally drawing a blank. Where's Scott? Where's Scott? He knows. But yeah, that's what okay, so can we see more? Can we see the rest of the crew? We've seen concept art and we've seen some things like that, but let's see the rest of the crew now. I want to see more of this. I want to see what was going to be when it came to this Justice League Mortal movie. I want to see what we've seen, just like the group shot, and I want to see up close. I want to see what these people were going to be looking like, man. That's what I want to see. And oh no, guys! Oh God! Who saw this coming? No one? Wait, everyone, I should say. Maybe not these two. Maybe they thought, oh my God, this is the real thing now. It's going to go the distance. No, it wasn't going to go the distance, my God. Yeah. There we go. Jennifer Lopez files for divorce from Ben Affleck with no prenup. No prenup. Well, yeah, they're both like cajillionaires. I think they're going to be fine. I don't think they're whatever. But there we go. It's finally official now. We kept hearing that they were separated and all this stuff, and I'm just kind of going like, man, where's that meme of Ben like smoking that cigarette and looking like he's just relieved? He's probably so relieved now. Yeah, it's so weird. It's so weird. I saw somebody like tweet something out where it was saying like a bunch of events that happened in like the early 2000s that is happening now, which is kind of what happens too when you see like a timeline. It's like, oh yeah. But I mean, I think we all saw this happen. And you know what? One of the things that I said was she might as well just go after Tom Brady next, just for the ring memes, you know? I mean, she's almost got as many freaking engagement rings as Tom Brady has Super Bowl rings, I think now, right? So she might as well just try to go for Tom and try to get another one and maybe try to get some of his Super Bowl rings. I don't know. But I think the common denominator when it comes to, you know, all this stuff is J-Lo. It's J-Lo. Not saying that Ben Affleck probably, you know, had a hand in it too. Takes two, you know. But it's just absolutely ridiculous, man. Jesus Christ. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Ooh, did you guys see this trailer right here? This trailer looks pretty interesting. Welcome to The Secret Level. We got an anthology series when it comes to gaming. Did you guys see this right here? This looks really cool. Coming to Amazon. From the guys who did Love, Sync, whatever, Robots for Netflix.
It's time.
Animation, different animation styles. CGI animation. Love, Death, Robots. There you go. Just kind of taking like, you know, gaming anthology to a whole different level. And I'm like, yep.
Because you are the chosen.
That's a way to do it. And you'll see a familiar face in here too. Some familiar faces maybe, I don't know.
It's a new adventure. Just for
Who's that look like? Whoa, Keanu.
you.
I don't know, this animation's looking pretty damn good right here. And we'll see. All those different, man, come on. Talk about being intrigued, man. That looks really good. Definitely be watching that for sure, for sure. But, okay, now we're back onto the whole Beau, DeMayo, and the Watchmen 97 controversy and everything like that. It's going back and forth. There's like crazy things that are happening when it comes to this whole lawsuit. Obviously, he was booted. There's the whole thing that maybe it was because of OnlyFans, maybe because he was doing lewd things when it came to working with people. And, well, I mean, when it came to Marvel, they basically said, like, yeah, he sent out some very lewd images of himself, you know, posing in various different ways, and he was sending them out to coworkers who felt very uncomfortable. Well, here's a little bit something right here when it comes to his lawyers and what's happening when it comes to this whole lawsuit with Marvel. This is his lawyer's statement about the allegations and his firing. My client never sent lewd videos or photos to his direct reports. That is a bold-faced lie and defamatory. No one who reported Beau to HR received an inappropriate photo or video. That is simply untrue. As a proud gay black man, Disney knew exactly who he was and what he stood for. That's why they did not tell him to stop his OnlyFans page. They let him be himself, which allowed his creativity to thrive. When they objected to his free speech rights and not complying with illegal NDAs, a certain person over there tried to replace him because he was becoming more successful than other creators. Ask Disney if this separation agreement illegally silenced him. Let me know what they say. Don't print this crap. It's wrong and defamatory. Okay, he didn't send lewd videos or photos, but then it says no one who reported Beau to HR received inappropriate photo or video. So what the fuck did they report him to HR for? Let's not forget this, okay? There are people that reported him to HR, so what was that for? Okay, I get it. Maybe he didn't send that. But what did they report him to HR for? That's the thing. Okay? That's what I'm kind of wondering. When, you know, because there's a lot of people that wanted Marvel to rehire this guy. And then all of a sudden it was like, okay, and then we find out this. And then all of a sudden those people are like, oh, shit. But then all of a sudden this comes out. And then it's like, okay, he didn't do that. That was a lie. But what were the allegations then? What are we doing here? I just thought that was kind of funny because that was just like, hey, don't bury that within your statement. Yeah, no one who reported Beau at HR got any lewd photos or videos. Okay, so what the fuck did they report him for? Jesus Christ. That's what's kind of funny about this whole thing. I'm like, all right, wait a minute here. You kind of hid something in that right there because there's still people that reported him to HR for something. Anyways, we'll see what happens with that. Update you when that stuff comes in. Okay, so screen time right here. When it came to the whole J-Lo and Ben Affleck thing, I love the fact that they used these two photos. Jennifer Lopez has filed for divorce with Ben Affleck, and I love they use these two photos. Because we have J-Lo who won, oh my God, she won a movie award, an MTV movie award. Look at the golden popcorn. And then we got Ben as Batman. That's right, as Batman. Oh, he's also won 2 Academy Awards, too, by the way. You know, if we're going to be talking about awards. I mean, he won one for Argo, you know, because he was a producer on that. Well, his movie, you know, did. He didn't win on for acting, I get it. You know, obviously Good Will Hunting and then Argo. And it's just kind of funny. And, like, Jennifer Lopez holding her movie award because she will never, ever win an Academy Award. Let's just face facts. Did she get nominated, though? Did she get nominated for Selena, maybe? Way back when? I don't know. She's not going to get nominated. Her music career is kind of over with right now, so there is that. And then, of course, we got Fear Jason putting my face on little Wolverine right here. I'm not as hairy. My arms aren't that hairy, thank God. And my chest either. And I can't grow chops like that, but thank you, Fear Jason, for putting my face on there. Gotta love it. And then right here, according to The Hollywood Reporter, Fede Alvarez and co-writer Rodo Seguez have already considered making a sequel to Alien Romulus. We naturally started thinking about where the story goes and what's going to happen. It'll probably get greenlit soon, depending on what happens when it comes to this coming weekend. When it comes to Alien Romulus, I'm kind of curious because, you know, I want the franchise to continue going. I want Ridley Scott to put that third prequel movie in so we can kind of see what happens with that and how it was supposed to lead up to the first Alien movie. That's what I want, but I wouldn't mind another chapter in Fede Alvarez. Like I said, he did give that pitch for an Alien versus Predator movie, but I was like, not yet. Do another Alien movie, and Dan Trachtenberg can do another Predator movie, and then we can have another Alien versus Predator eventually. But I think, yeah, that'll get probably the green light soon. I don't know. I imagine so. I imagine. Who knows? Ryan Reynolds calls Wesley Snipes the best of all time. That's cool. Gotta love that. Let's see. Yeah, it's been removed. Jesus Christ. Woo, that's funny. And I want this to happen. And I thought it was supposed to happen, but it seems like it just can't. What are we doing here? I mean, seems like, hey, you might as well just do it. I thought they were supposed to. Chris Tucker said something. I think Jackie Chan said something. But apparently they just can't seem to get it going. And there's one particular reason of why they can't get a fourth movie going. Rush Hour 4 is being pitched to multiple studios at the moment. However, Brett Ratner has been part of the pitch as the project's potential director and producer, despite facing multiple allegations of sexual misconduct and harassment. Yeah, you ain't gonna get it. Yeah. When was the last time Brett Ratner actually made a movie? I'm trying to remember. What was the last time? I haven't seen his name since I heard about the allegations, but I'm like, I would like another Rush Hour movie. I love the trilogy that came out. It was great, especially that first one. The first one, of course, is the best, but it would be kind of cool to see him as older gentlemen. Now that it's been, fucking like almost 20 years, or been like almost 20 years, right? I don't even remember when it came out, when the third one came out. Then over to Netflix, we got a new poster for Terminator Zero right here. Looks pretty sweet. Not too shabby. And then Zack Snyder and Twilight of the Gods. Who watched this trailer? Holy shit. This thing is bloody as all hell, man. Oh, I don't know why this thing's stopping right now. So we're not going to watch the whole thing. But yeah, probably shouldn't because it is not safe for work. There is some nudity in here too, but wow, we fear no gods. Yeah, there's actually nudity in this trailer as well. But yeah, Zack Snyder posted that right now, and he said, not safe for work. Warning, watch Twilight of the Gods in all of its bloody glory. Maybe not at your desk. When's it coming out again? September 19th. September 19th. So we also have the Penguin coming out around then, right? So that's cool. But yeah, if you didn't check it out, check it out. Oh, everything's dumb. Everything's stupid. Who knows? I mean, when I just read things or look at things, I just start scratching my head. I don't know how many times I do that. I do that every day when I'm looking at my timeline. And then, of course, when you see something like this, you go, hey, what? This doesn't even make sense. This is real? This is not an Onion article? Chick-fil-A is moving into the entertainment space with plans to launch a slate of TV shows for its own streaming platform. So does that mean we can't watch it on Sundays? Chick-fil-A, why are you not open on Sundays? That's usually when I'm craving one of your chicken sandwiches. And then I forget. I don't know how many times that I forget that it's closed on Sunday and I'm craving one of their spicy chicken sandwiches on a freaking Sunday. I think the last time that I wanted one was on a Sunday, and I was like, shit, it's Sunday. I always forget. What are we doing here? What? They're going to, apparently some of the details are like, oh, yeah, it's going to be like a reality series thing. It's going to cost like $400,000 for a show that's going to be like a half an hour. And I'm just like, is it going to be called the Chick-fil-A streaming service? Do you get perks if you watch some shit? You get free mac and cheese and some waffle fries and a peach fucking shake. I don't know. What are we doing here? It doesn't make sense. It's dumb. Great sandwiches, though. Great sandwiches. Now I'm craving one. But not craving that. What are we doing? And yes, guys, Ben Affleck, even though he's getting divorced, he's already found somebody new. Did you guys know this? Ben works fast because, let's face it, sometimes he's going to be an eligible bachelor now. So Ben has already found his new love. Pete Davidson, look at that. That's a funny joke, obviously, because we know that Pete Davidson always bouncing around too. But, Pete Davidson, I think didn't he check himself into a rehab or something like that recently? I don't know. Never been really a fan of Pete Davidson, but, never been funny to me. And you could always tell there's something not going right there. But I thought that was a little funny little joke right there that somebody posted. And speaking of jokes, The Acolyte. Sorry. Too soon? Too soon, maybe? Well, not too soon for Disney, because Disney works fast. They work really, really fast. And apparently, this is a whole thing when it comes to when it came to the Willow series. Do you guys remember that there was an actual Willow series? Because Disney made that shit disappear. Disney is turning into the CIA or something like that, some black ops shit. When something doesn't work, something really doesn't work, and they lost money on it, they want to make it vanish. They want to make it vanish, and it sounds like when it comes to The Acolyte, that's also going to be vanishing as well. No results for The Acolyte. If you go to the Disney store, they've removed it completely. Completely! You cannot find anything when it comes to The Acolyte on the Disney store. Just disappear like Kevin Spacey and fucking Usual Suspects, man. So funny. I've seen a lot of bad takes, too. Somebody had a bad take when it came to The Acolyte, because obviously there's always going to be people that are being of course they blame, people being bigots or something like that, which they love to do that, which, yeah, sure, there's some out there for sure, but mainly it was just because nobody was watching the series, and they compared it to, Breaking Bad. Did you guys see this tweet? There was, a tweet out there. Somebody was trying to claim that it was hey, and I do agree that sometimes you got to let a show breathe, because, a show like Breaking Bad, you kind of wonder, would that have worked now in streaming, now with the whole streaming world that we have now? Would that have gone the distance that it did? And then, of course, people consider it one of the best shows ever. But it had a slow start. But at the same time, you can't compare Breaking Bad to Acolyte, because Acolyte cost $200 million. $200 million. Did not look like it cost $200 million, but it cost $200 million, and it was mostly shite. Breaking Bad, yeah. Breaking Bad was definitely intriguing, but yeah, I saw some bad takes when it came to that, but yeah, people are having a tough time. Some people are having a tough time, and most people are just celebrating. I don't know. It's all just weird. But yeah, they're trying to make that thing go away, They're going to get a neuralizer and just go tsk. You don't remember The Acolyte, do you? Do you? Nobody remembers The Acolyte. Nobody. And then what the hell is this? Jack Black and Paul Rudd are in talks to star in a new Anaconda movie. The film follows a group of friends facing midlife crises who decide to go to the rainforest to remake their favorite movie from their youth, Anaconda. What? It's got Paul Rudd in it, so I'm okay. Love Paul Rudd. Jack Black, like him too. I don't love him, but I like him. Do you guys remember a movie called Be Kind, Rewind that Jack Black was in? And Mos Def? Where they were running a video store. This came out in the mid-2000s. They were running a video store, and something happened where all the DVDs got wiped out because something happened. I forgot exactly. So they reenacted all these movies, all these classic movies. They reshot them and reacted them. It's a whatever movie. It was a small little stupid movie. I don't know. Just kind of sounds a little bit like that. It's just kind of weird. But it's all right, they're going to do another Anaconda movie. Let's make it meta, where Anaconda exists in the movie, and these guys are going to go make the movie. And then, of course, come across an Anaconda, I'm assuming. So, could be something cool. But yeah, just reminding me of that movie, Be Kind and Rewind. Hey, check this out. Oops. I didn't mean to hit that. I hit the wrong button. Damn it. But yeah, check this out, you know. I mean, maybe you probably prefer to see the intro more than you want to see this image right here. Bah! No nudity, don't worry. Just a bulge, fake bulge, and a hairy belly button. That's right. That is from Rob Delaney, of course, who played in Deadpool. He posted that image right there. Peter Pool. That's right. That was Peter Pool right there. He posted that. It was like, sheesh, whoa, good Lord. But yeah, I was like, man, should I even show that? Well, I think I'm okay. I think YouTube will let that slide. There's no real, anything right there. No PG show here. I push the boundaries. It's a hard PG-13 when it comes to Film Junkee Live. It's a hard PG-13, right? It's a hard PG-13. Anyways, I couldn't care less for about goddamn Jack Black. I used to like Jack Black too, but it's just like, man, I don't know. I don't know. He's kind of fallen off. Like, for me, it's just like, I mean, I like the Mario Koopa song, whatever the hell, you know. I thought that was pretty cool, but I don't know. It's just like Tenacious D days were great. I mean, of course, they were still doing it. I actually saw Tenacious D live years ago, and they were really good. They were really good. I actually saw them twice. I forgot that they were at the Cal Jam Festival that the Foo Fighters did years ago, too. And I saw them there as well. So I saw them twice. I saw them at their actual show, and then I caught like the second half of their performance at Cal Jam, which was pretty cool. Peter Pool. But anyways, yeah. That's pretty much it when it comes to, that's when it comes to the tweets, guys. When it comes to the tweets. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into some DC news. What are we going to start off with, huh? Well, all right. So when it comes to the Batman Part 2, I mean, we're sitting here waiting for news. We're waiting for Matt Reeves to just like drop something on Twitter or drop something somewhere or interview. I don't know. We're waiting for more than just, hey, you know, we're still writing it. And then, of course, we had Zoe Kravitz go like, oh, yeah. It was like breaking news when she was like, oh, yeah, Zoe Kravitz talks about the Batman Part 2. And she just said, I believe Matt Reeves is writing it right now. No shit. We know that. And we're like, we want a little bit more. And we have a little bit more. A tiny bit more, not a lot. But we have one of the writers, you know, somebody who's actually helping writing the damn thing, actually talk about the Batman Part 2 and just the way that his quote got me excited, got people excited when it came to what he had to say. And this is an article from Screen Rant right here. The Batman 2 gets exciting script and filming update from DC Movies co-writer. Oh, that's right. What are we doing here? There we go. Matt Tomlinson right here. That's right. Or not Tomlinson, but Matt Tomlin. It's shooting next year. We're gearing up, and I will say that the bar just couldn't be higher. It's the sequel to the first one. Yeah. But also, Matt Reeves is like no other. In the 5 years now that I've been working with him as closely as I have, I've tried to absorb as much as humanly possible from him, and I'm so grateful for the time that I get to spend with him because he is a true artist who is operating in a world where sometimes art doesn't get to flourish, and he's trying to make something that really matters. So to be able to just be on the ride and part of the process is pretty unbelievable, pretty tremendous. I'm psyched for the movie. Kicking in the gear next year. And saying that, oh yeah, the bar has been raised. The bar has been raised. You like to hear stuff like that, especially from somebody who's actually helping write the script. So that was a little bit better than Zoe Kravitz going, I think Matt's writing it right now. Yeah, it's a little bit better. That's a little bit better. All right, and then what else we got here? All right, we got a lot of Joker 2 stuff because there was an article from Variety. that came out that had some Joker behind the scenes, Joker 2 behind the scenes images, and then of course an interview when it came to Todd Phillips. So we're just going to do some bullet points. I'm actually going to refer to DC Film News right here. They have like the good bullet points. I don't want to go through the whole article because it's a pretty damn big article, and I'm just kind of going like, yeah, we don't need a huge article, but yeah, it's a variety article. Talking to Todd Phillips and talking about his career and talking about all kinds of things. The article, what is the article titled? Jeez, it's like so much. Todd Phillips tells all, making Joker 2 musical numbers, method acting, and Joaquin Phoenix's Broadway dream that started it all. So yeah, part of the reason why it's a musical is because of that. So right here, we're already starting off. Behind the scenes, we got the little guy right there that was in the first one. This is some kind of wedding scene when it comes to Harley and Joker right there. So we got a little behind the scenes image, which looks pretty cool. Like that. And let's see right here. We got Todd Phillips saying that the Joker 2 was almost being a Broadway show. When we started really thinking about it, we realized it takes 4 years to put something like that together. And is Joaquin really going to give 6 months of his life to do that every night on stage? So they were actually talking about that. They were considering doing a Broadway show when it comes to Joker. And I'm like, well, it could have worked, but at the same time, yeah, would have had a lot of dedication from Joaquin Phoenix. And from what I gathered, especially from recent events, that guy gets cold feet and he might just like duck out before opening night. Possibly could happen. So maybe he didn't want to do that. It's just like, ooh. Todd Phillips also said that Joker 2 opening is like a Looney Tunes-inspired cartoon animated by Sylvain Chomet, who did The Triplets of Belleville, starring the Joker, of course. The goal of this movie is to make it feel like it was made by crazy people. The inmates are running the asylum. So it's going to start off with a little cartoon number. So that's different. And it's going to feel like a Looney Tunes opening. I wonder if they're going to do something like that. They do. It could have Bugs Bunny in it, right? It's Warner Brothers. Todd Phillips doesn't want to label Joker 2 a musical. Okay, Todd. You don't want to label it a musical, then why do you have musical numbers in it? I mean, I guess he doesn't want to like have it full on. And I think a lot of people... Somebody actually, I forgot who said it, who worked on the movie, said that it wasn't exactly, like, it's not exactly a musical. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how they handle the music numbers. Quote from Todd Phillips, he says, most of the music in the movie is really just dialogue. It's just Arthur not having the words to say what he wants to say, so he sings them instead. Todd Phillips, that's a musical. That's the way musicals work. I'm just saying, you know, love your movies, you have talent, but, you know, if you watch an actual musical, usually it's the dialogue that is sung, not said. So if that's the way you're approaching it when it comes to Arthur, that's a fucking musical. Glad we're in agreement, but, you know, just saying. I think we all kind of agree that's a musical. And this one, guys, when it comes to Joker 2, is there going to be a Joker 3? Well, according to Todd Phillips, no, there's not going to be a Joker 3 because he said right here, I think we've said what we wanted to say to the world. And then, of course, he said it's been fun playing in this little sandbox when it comes to at least this kind of Joker that he wanted to put out there. Now, is it going to be a trilogy? Now, it's kind of interesting because the response to all this, when I posted about it and I saw a lot of people in my mentions, everybody, of course, had pretty much the same exact response. Twitter etiquette. If you were going to respond to a tweet and you look under the tweet and you see that everybody has the same response that you do, sit that one out. You don't need to add to that. I'm just saying, little Twitter etiquette. It's what I do. If I see a tweet and I'm going, well, wait a minute, and then I look and I'm like, oh yeah, a bunch of people are responding the exact same way I am, so I'm not going to respond because why? I'm not special. Anyways, just kind of funny because I got a lot of people that were going like, yeah, until the box office numbers and they back up, they send a bunch of money over to them. I'm like, yeah, I get that. And especially when it came to the first one, it was like, okay, yeah, it's supposed to be a one-off, but then, of course, it makes $1 billion, and then all of a sudden the ideas start coming in, and yes, they send over a bunch of money, but to me, I'm just kind of going, I don't know. should there be, I mean, this time I'm like, doing a third one, that might be a little bit too much. And I don't think it's going to make $1 billion. Anybody else feel like that? I don't think that Joker 2 is going to make $1 billion. I think it's going to be a hit. I just don't know if it's going to hit $1 billion. Then again, Deadpool and Wolverine being R-rated comic book movie, maybe that's going to, you know, set the trend of like, oh yeah, and what's the next thing we're going to watch? Well, it's Joker. It's R-rated too. Okay. But I don't know. I just had a feeling just watching the trailer that Arthur is not going to make it out of this one. I think he's going to go out in a blaze of glory. And I even saw people go, maybe they're going to do a Bonnie and Clyde thing. And they're just going to go out in a blaze of glory. So there won't be a Joker 3. And I hope there isn't. Because I'm like, oh, well, what could he do now? Obviously, with this one, being a musical, it's adding a little bit flavor to it. So it's something different from the first one, at least. I don't know. But we'll see. We shall see. And then finally, but certainly not least, Todd Phillips talked about his Harley Quinn, Lady Gaga's Harley Quinn, and how it's nothing like the source material. And fanboys and girls lost their shit when they saw the quote when he was talking about that, basically saying like, oh yeah, it's a different interpretation. She doesn't have the high voice. She doesn't chew gum. She's not like wielding the baseball bat and having the accent and everything like that. No, it's just, it's a more just regular Harley Quinn. And then a lot of people are like, well, then it doesn't need to be Harley Quinn. And I'm just going, guys, interpretation. It's all about the interpretation. Just like his Joker, he also said that, yeah, Arthur Fleck, he's not going to become some crime lord or some head gangster Joker. He's not going to start ruling the underground of Gotham City. This is a different kind of Joker, therefore a different kind of Harley Quinn. Okay, still has the names, but it's a different interpretation, which is okay. But yeah, there was a lot of people that were not liking the fact that Lady Gaga's version of Harley Quinn is nothing like the comic book version. Hey, we have how many movies with Margot Robbie playing that? We have those, and you have a Harley Quinn show. You have all the Harley Quinn right there. This is going to be a different kind of interpretation, blah, 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 blah. And I'm looking forward to it. So there you go. And I think that's pretty much it. That is pretty much it when it comes to Joker news right here. And then we have one little bit of Superman info, which is not really that much. Not really that much at all, but it has to do with Metamorpho. And everybody's kind of wondering, hey, when it came to the set photos, where is Metamorpho? Where is Metamorpho? We got Anthony Carrigan, right? That's his name, who's playing Metamorpho. We did see somebody that was in that little group when it came to Mr. Terrific, Hawk Girl, and of course, Green Lantern. And we saw somebody that was looking like a full mocap suit. So a lot of people was like, all right, is it entirely CGI? And somebody asked James Gunn, hi James, I wanted to ask you, will the character of Metamorpho be made 100% in CGI? James Gunn said no. Well, yeah, it's going to be partial CGI, maybe some makeup, and Mr. Carrigan is going to probably do a lot of mocap. Sounds to me like that's the case. But it's not going to be, it's not going to be a thing where he's wearing like a bodysuit or something like that, so. Not entirely. He's not going to look like this. Ah! All right. Sorry. Just had to throw that out there. Again. And then one last thing when it comes to somebody asking James Gunn. If you had the chance to cast any of the Guardians of the Galaxy stars in the DC universe, who would you cast them as? Well, that would be a spoiler, wouldn't it? Interesting. That means there's already some that are cast, for sure. But then, of course, if you were going to name like, oh, man, yeah, Chris Pratt or any of those, Zoe Saldana, people might start going, oh, they must be playing so-and-so. So, yeah. But, of course, there's going to be some people, or there already is, that are going to be from the Guardians of the Galaxy cast that are going to be showing up in the DCU. All right, there's your DC news right there. The Batman update. Joker things when it comes to Todd Phillips, and then, of course, a little bit of Superman stuff. Good times. Okay, let's talk about Robert Downey Jr. Okay, I'm coming back as Dr. Doom. All right, it's my terrible Robert Downey Jr. impression. Ooh, there actually is something I wanted to show you guys. I got to remember to to remind myself before, when we get done with all the topics here, I do want to show you guys something that has to do with the Snyderverse that is pretty sweet. That we came across, that people came across. It has to do with a certain individual that makes some really good stuff right here. So, all right, hold on a sec. Downey. So there's like a big, huge article that came out when it came to THR and everything, and basically let's see. Robert Downey Jr. and Dr. Doom. Now he got interviewed by THR, and naturally it was just like an expose when it came to him and his whole life and everything like that. You can actually see the article and read through the article. You got this article right here that says Awards Chatter Pod. Robert Downey Jr. on Emmy nomination for The Sympathizer. Didn't even know he got nominated for that. Performances, Dr. Doom, an upcoming Broadway debut. Now, naturally, we're not going to go through that whole entire thing, but he did do some he talked about certain things when it came to right here. We got a quote right here when Robert Downey Jr. explaining how Kevin Feige asked him, of course, to play Dr. Doom. He said, Kevin said, how can we not go backwards? How can we not go backwards? So I guess saying like, we're not going to bring back Tony, at least not right now. And then he says, how do we not disappoint expectations? How can we continue to beat expectation? Let's get Victor Von Doom right. How is this Victor Von Doom right? I guess, it should be interesting, but I'm just going, how is this right when it's not an entirely different actor that's playing the character, and everybody is just now going crazy about Doomsday and going, oh my God, this is going to be something interesting, because now how do you get excited for it? Well, we're wondering Tony Stark variant. That's what everybody's thinking about. I guess that's one way to do it. It's one way to do it. And I know there's like people that hate it because, he's supposed to be a Romani. They wanted to, obviously he's the ethnicity of the character, like people are not happy because of that, I guess. There's always going to be that aspect, and I've seen that. And I'm just kind of going like, yeah, but it's Robert Downey Jr. and the aspect, the whole thing about him coming back and him being like a Tony Stark variant, that is like getting people hyped. So I totally understand why they went that direction, but it's just like, I don't know, it's interesting. It's very interesting. So there was that, and that's pretty, there wasn't like too much like full-on talk about it. Let's see. Hold on a sec. Let's get some more quotes here when it came to it, because I'm not going to dig through that freaking THR article. So let's see right here. So probably a year ago, because, Kevin Feige and I kept in touch. We're pals. Favreau and Feige and I have kept in touch. I'm close with the Russo brothers. We have other businesses we're doing. So there's this little kind of group of fellow travelers, and I had this instinct that I wanted to go to Bob Iger, and I had an idea outside of the Marvel, of course, the cinematic universe, for how we could be of service to what's going on in the parks. And Susan and I were sitting down with Feige, and at one point he said, it just keeps occurring to me that if you were to come back, and Susan was like, wait, come back as what? And then, of course, brought up Victor Von Doom, and I was like, and then we both realized over time that it was another thing that just disapproves any doubt anyone could ever have about that guy, a very sophisticated, creative thinker about how can we not go backwards? How can we not disappoint expectation? How can we continue to beat expectations? And he brought up, of course, Victor Von Doom, and I looked at him. I looked into this character, and I was like, wow. And later on, he goes, let's get Victor Von Doom right. Let's get that right. He continued to describe how he wanted to speak with Bob Iger about everything, and then when, of course, the House of Disney CEO. So then I said to Kevin, can I go talk to Bob Iger? He goes, about? And I go, about everything. And I'd gone to Bob's house, which I don't know how to describe that experience. I've had a lot of really cool experiences. We go to Iger's pad, and we sit down, and I start saying, I just want to be, I just really want to be. He goes, I like it. He likes it. I was like, he likes it. Okay, a lot of things right there. And then, of course, talking about the whole thing with the parks. But yeah, I don't know. It's just very interesting. I'm still not all about it. Still not all about it. I mean, you saw my reaction to it. We were doing a vodka stream during that whole thing, and I'm not a fan. I'm still just like going, well, but I'm intrigued. It is intriguing of how it's all going to play out when it comes to Doomsday and Secret Wars. But yeah, I'm just kind of like, I'm still just kind of about it. Still just kind of So that's it. That's it. Who's seen The Crow this weekend? Anyone? Anyone seen The Crow reboot this weekend? Well, let's go over to the Devil Fruit sites. And let's see what the reviews have to say. Let's see what the critics are saying about this Crow reboot that, you know, we're all kind of wondering about. And yeah, there's no reviews right now. Of course not. They know this movie's going to be a shit sandwich. Of course they do. They saw the backlash. They know that it's not a strong reboot. I do have questions though, because yeah, you could barely find anything. There have been screenings, but you really can't find that much on it. The only ones that I've seen, internet reactions when it comes to the Crow reboot, have not been all that great. And the ones that I've seen that are positive almost feels like, oh wow, they were just happy they got a free screening and a bunch of merch, which, you know, studios do that. But what's interesting when it comes to this Crow, so we got Bill Skarsgård. I like him, and you know, I think he's great. It just seems like sometimes when he, you know, obviously Pennywise, and he's been in a lot of things. He's going to be, of course, Nosferatu in Robert Eggers' Nosferatu movie, and I'm really much looking forward to that. But then, of course, we have his co-star FKA Twigs. I don't really know who she is. When I saw them on the world premiere red carpet, she looked like an alien. He looked like you know, just like, hey, my mom dressed me. He just looked like, you know, normal, you know, suit, hair part of the side, everything. She had this like headpiece thing that was going on, and then of course the makeup. She looked like she was from another planet. I get it. You know what? It's fine. You know, you guys know how I am when it comes to crazy red carpet dresses and whatever the hell. Anyways, but I noticed that she is in a lot of the marketing. A lot of the marketing when it comes to the Crow reboot. And I'm just kind of going, wait a minute. I'm just, you know, because I didn't really dive into the comic books, but I'm going, wait a minute, isn't she supposed to die pretty early on? And then, of course, that's why he ends up becoming, you know, in the whole thing of his journey of coming back to life and seeking revenge. And then I'm kind of going, oh, there's going to be a lot of flashbacks, huh? Is there going to be a lot of flashbacks? Or is it going to take a long time to get to the point where she gets killed or they get killed and then he comes back to life? That's what I'm kind of fearing. Is there going to be a lot? Is the whole entire first act going to essentially be their story? And then when we get to the second act, that's where the Crow shit starts coming in. Or is it just going to be a ton of flashbacks? Because they're selling this movie with them two, and I just kept going, I didn't think she was going to be in it all that much. But apparently she is. So I'm just kind of worried about that. I'm going to go see it tomorrow. We'll see what happens. I'm not thinking it's going to be anything spectacular. I'll probably want to watch the original Crow movie, the Brandon Lee Crow movie, after, just for a palate cleanse after that. But I always try to go in optimistic. I have low expectations, so sometimes if you have low expectations going into a movie, you kind of come out going, all right, that wasn't that bad. That's what I'm hoping for. Not that bad. Hopefully it's not that bad. But I don't know. It's not looking good right now. That's for damn sure. And then we have Megalopolis. Oh boy, Francis Ford Coppola. I can't tell if all the shit that's happened with this movie, with Francis Ford Coppola having allegations of kissing extras and then a video coming out about it, and all the money that he's put into it and how studios didn't want to touch it or distribute it, and there's just been a lot of things when it comes to this ambitious movie. And then of course he was at which film festival it was at, and a lot of people, there were people that thought it was brilliant, and there were people that thought, what the fuck did I just watch? Well, there was a trailer that came out today, guys. There was a trailer that came out. You can't watch it anywhere because they pulled it. They pulled the trailer because the trailer started off very interesting, because it was essentially had quotes from critics that were critiquing Francis Ford Coppola's movies from the past, Godfather, Apocalypse Now, and basically saying how like those movies were like, oh yeah, this movie's going to be a shit sandwich, or this movie sucks, or that movie sucks, or whatever the hell. And so when that came out and it had all those critic quotes, apparently they were fake critic posts. So they pulled the fucking trailer. Oh my God. Like what? They made up all that. I thought it was actually kind of cool at first. But yeah, here we go right here. So you had stuff like this, an epic piece of trash, talking about Apocalypse Now. The Godfather doesn't know what it wants to be. But apparently some of those, or maybe all of those, were fake. I can't tell if like maybe this is part of the marketing. Maybe they want all this controversy because then it's just like intriguing people more, because it kind of is making me a little bit more intrigued. The trailer was good. The trailer was good. I watched the trailer. Thankfully, I watched the trailer, and the trailer, it's got me intrigued. I'm like going, what is actually happening here in this movie? It's got a pretty great cast and the visuals look great. Somebody actually called it Francis Ford Coppola's Sucker Punch. I remember seeing that, which I thought was pretty cool. But so there you go. That's the latest controversy when it comes to Francis Ford Coppola's Megalopolis. But yeah, there is some reviews out there, and like I said, I've seen it very extreme and very not extreme. People are saying it's like horrible. People are saying it was a masterpiece. I've seen both. But then it's like, what is actually real? What exactly is real when it comes to this movie and everything like that? But I almost think the marketing wants to be controversial, you know? Watch this movie end up making a shit ton of money. That would be hilarious if that's actually the case. But probably not going to happen. Probably won't happen. But hey, what can you do? All right, that's all the topics right there. Oh yeah, I was gonna show you guys this right here before, because yeah, this is pretty sweet right here. I came across this actually over the weekend. Meant to talk about it on how do I make it? See, that's what I hate about. Hold on. All right, just gonna zoom it in a little bit here, because this is on Instagram. So we got Mr. Vega Official. You guys know who I'm talking about. Mr. Vega Official, who's done some pretty excellent work when it comes to 3D animation and when it comes to furthering stories for the Snyderverse. I've been talking about his stuff a lot. Or like, well, not a lot, but anytime he releases something that adds to the Snyderverse story, I'm like, oh boy. And now he's got something right here. How would you like to see a very intense and nightmarish version of Robin getting killed by the Joker? Look at that. I probably should turn that down, copyright. So you got Jared Leto's Joker wearing that Joker bat suit that there was like a figure for. Bam! Crowbar to the face and the fire behind him and everything. What? Yeah, look at that shot right there. Walking out of the fire, smile on his face. Pretty freaking sweet. We got Nico Bremza, who also helped with this. But yeah, there's Robin right there. Bam, right to the freaking face. Talented. There you go. So something really cool like that. I was like, oh, that's pretty sweet. Had to show you guys that just in case you didn't see it. And I'm like, yeah, that's like, I mean, that's something Zack would do right there, and have that music. That music sounds, I mean, it sounds very Sucker Punch-esque, but yeah, pretty freaking sweet, man. Anyways, all right, let's get to some Twitter questions, and then, of course, we'll do the members-only stream for a bit, and then, of course, I got DC Fanimated tonight. All right, let's see what we got here. Mr. Laugh Now, Cry Later, Darren. Random thought, but do you think the scene in Superman when the kids go up to hug him will have the same with Batman when he's carrying the little girl and when Andrew Spider-Man was taking the little kid at the end? No, I don't think it's going to be like that. It just sounds happened, and then a bunch of kids just go, hey! okay. They just cheer Superman. You know, that was a Batman going to the next level and being like, all right, I guess I am a hero. And it was the end. Died numerous times. And then at the end of Spider-Man, that was when, like, when the Spider-Man